Thank you, Doug. Thank you for the welcome and the long form of my bio. If anyone wants to visit Chewett Hill next time you're here, let me know. Happy to have you over. Again, thank you to Pay Dirt Media for bringing us together and your dedication to Africa Down Under in Perth. Can I acknowledge, like last night, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation. Can I also acknowledge my former colleague and former Minister for Mines and Petroleum, the Honourable Bill Johnston, as well, who's down the front here. But welcome to you all, particularly our friends that have travelled from Africa and beyond for this, the 23rd iteration of ADU. It remains integral to shaping and strengthening Australia-Africa business and government relations. I am proud that this significant global event, one of the largest African-focused mining events held outside Africa, is in WA. Events like this remind us that while we may be separated by a great distance and ocean, our industries are increasingly interconnected. This positions us ideally to work together to overcome challenges. From critical mineral development to decarbonisation, exploration, regulatory reform and infrastructure investment, we can learn from each other. The West Australia-Africa relationship continues to grow stronger. I mentioned some of these statistics last night, but they are worth repeating. Nearly 70% of Australian projects in Africa are owned by Western Australian-based firms. As of early August, 99 WA companies were operating 186 projects across 29 African countries, mining more than 20 commodities. WA's mining, equipment, technology and services providers continue to expand across the African continent. Micromine, Immersive Technologies, Acquire and the Mater Group are already delivering software solutions, training simulators, equipment maintenance and data systems across numerous African countries. Meanwhile, engineering firm Petroleum is present in 24 African nations, supporting project delivery and capacity building on the ground. All this reflects strong partnerships built on shared resources, shared challenges and shared ambitions for sustainable development and economic diversification. Adding to this is a willingness from all parties concerned to renew the WA Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, the COMESA MOU. And we look forward to this happening in the future to revitalise collaboration and capacity building efforts under this important framework. Much has changed in our resource sector in the last 20 years. Just in WA, in 2005, back then, our petroleum and minerals industry was valued at 39.9 billion Australian dollars. In 2024, that has grown to 223 billion dollars, which included record gold sales of 24 billion, the value of our iron ore reaching 128 billion, record high mining workforce employment of around 140,000 FTE, and a tripling of the workforce in the petroleum sector since 2005. Investment in WA's resource sector has increased from 7 billion to 32 billion. This growth reflects not just demand, but collaborative efforts from government and industry through investment, policy and innovation. It is through open discussions with industry that investment continues to flow into Western Australia. As of March this year, $48 billion worth of research projects were committed or under construction. So our future is bright. Of Australia's listed critical minerals, WA is endowed with most of them. These minerals will underpin the global clean energy transition, and our battery and critical mineral strategy will help efforts to decarbonise. Downstream mineral processing and battery chemical manufacturing industries are the focus for us. These are highly complex, big investment industries that will take time to mature. And the WA government has backed the sector through initiatives like the $150 million lithium industry support package, which includes fee waivers and a $50 million loan facility. Meanwhile, to build long-term capability, we are working with the federal government on a critical minerals advanced processing facility. This potential $100 million partnership is aimed at supporting companies in downstream processing and demonstration scale production. Now, of course, I'm sure you all know, mining doesn't happen without exploration. Exploration and data capture are the lifeblood of future resource projects. Without exploration, there are no mines of the future. That's why our state is very proud to continue to invest in what we call the Exploration Incentive Scheme, where government goes out in a competitive round and co-funds drilling projects with some of our small and larger mining companies. We've increased that funding to $18 million annually. And since its inception, more than $230 million in funding has been awarded through the program. We're also building geoscientific data sets through programs like our WA Array project, investing in new equipment to better understand mineral systems under deep cover in some of the more remote parts of Western Australia. While we have an abundance of natural resources, safe, responsible discovery and extraction of our minerals is our highest priority. Making sure every worker gets home safely to their families and friends is paramount. We also know that timely and effective regulation is key to attracting investment and enabling growth. But this must be done with the highest regard to safety and protection of our culture and environment. Just as we expect our companies to adhere to gold standard environment, social and governance practices, we know as well our government has a social licence to uphold as well. A regulatory system that is transparent, consistent and clear has made WA a global mining and energy leader. This helps drive investment for industry to do business and deliver projects with confidence. Knowing what the rules are and where to find them is crucial. We like to say you do a deal with WA, you do a deal for the life of your project. Right now, we're also improving our processes through programs like our fast tracking mining approval strategy. We're just days away from a release of our new digital platform, Resources Online, a system that can process certain approvals almost instantaneously. This will be aided by the new eligible mining activity framework, which streamlines approvals for certain low-impact activities, again, helping especially the exploration sector. Reforming our environmental approvals processes to improve efficiency whilst maintaining rigour is our ambition and key to remaining a mining destination of choice. Such initiatives have been developed alongside our industry. Close-knit industry and community engagement has been critical in modernising our legislation and regulatory frameworks. This has ensured our system remains fit for purpose, reflects global practice, and continues to support responsible resource development. Now, like most of the world, we're focused on decarbonisation. We've committed to reaching net zero by 2050. We are phasing out all government-owned coal-fired power stations in the southwest of our state by 2030. Our Investment Attraction Fund, New Energy Stream, is designed to back innovation in renewable hydrogen, carbon capture and storage, green steel and battery materials. A green iron and steel action plan is being developed, with key initiatives already being planned by industry, including our NeoSmelt project in Kwinana, a partnership with some of the biggest mining companies in Western Australia like BHP, Rio Tinto and Woodside. The Port Hedland Iron Project and a green steel WA recycling mill in Collie. Now, to support our clean energy future, establishing supporting infrastructure is a must. Therefore, major investments in common user infrastructure, particularly in our strategic industrial areas, are being made. We've boosted the Strategic Industries Fund to $1 billion to support infrastructure development in key precincts across Western Australia. We aim to deliver the largest infrastructure development in WA's history, Westport in Kwinana, over the next decade, while growing our renewable energy generation and storage capacity to power the next generation of WA's industrial development is also in train. So, the future of mining and a global energy transition depends on collaboration, innovation and mutual investment. Across Africa, we know we have allies committed to driving the same goals of responsible development of the people's resources to deliver prosperity for all. WA is proud to stand along our African partners. So again, thank you for making your way to Perth in Western Australia this week. And thank you again for allowing me to speak to you this morning. Thank you.